It was not a momentary lapse of judgment. It involved 18 clients and it breached his employer's trust and the client's trust. These were Magistrate Kathy McLennan's words as she handed down a sentence in the Queensland Magistrates Court this week. She was describing former Commonwealth Bank of Australia senior financial planner Ricky Gillespie, who pleaded guilty to forging clients' signatures when he was working at the bank. The maximum penalty for forging signatures is 3 years jail. On December 14, Gillespie was fined $3,000. No conviction was recorded, there was no community service imposed. It really does require a sentence to be imposed that will provide adequate deterrence to ensure that investors, who these days often are retired people who have no other means of earning a livelihood except for their investments, are adequately protected, McLennan told a gobsmacked court. Victims including Lenny and Peter Crow, CBA whistleblower Jeff Morris and Senator John Williams, who called a parliamentary inquiry into CBA's financial planning division, were equally surprised. On social media there were a number of reflections about white-collar crime and the stiff penalties meted out to blue-collar workers if they break the law. Magistrate McLennan's explanation and justification for her sentence is worth a read. She says Gillespie was relatively young at the time of the offences, he was 30, and had no criminal history either prior to the incident or post-committing the offences. She said his career had been forged in financial planning, a career that he subsequently lost for life when he got caught and was then banned for life from that profession by the Australian Securities and Investments Commission. That is a significant penalty that he has already endured. She said she also took into account that there had been media attention. It was Fairfax Media that first brought Gillespie to public attention in 2013, and that there had been some difficulty in obtaining employment, even though he now had employment. The magistrate noted he now had a family and recording a conviction will pose difficulties in obtaining further employment. So I certainly take that into account. But mostly she felt that the forgery was done for personal financial benefit. There is no allegation that is the result of this forgery, he financially benefited, unless I take into account the fact that he was receiving a wage from his employer. Lenny and Peter Crow were victims of Ricky Gillespie and the CBA. They went to the bank in 2007 and invested $1 million of savings that they had accrued through hard work. Within 2 years of receiving advice from Gillespie they had lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. The bank told them it was due to the global financial crisis. They would later discover that their signatures had been forged. Crow says after reading the judgment, which included 33 offences involving 18 clients, she wondered if that included them because they identified over 20 documents alone. I don't know exactly how many there were in our file because the bank was forthcoming with that exact info.